Every time a Grand Theft Auto game comes out, it is the best selling game of all time whenever it comes out. It wins awards, it just does absolutely fantastic. But why is that the case, and why are GTA games so popular? Well, today we'll dive into it, and if you do enjoy this video, please subscribe and leave a like. Basically tells the YouTube algorithm, hey, people like my videos, and it will suggest it to more people, and we can grow the channel together. And let's get right into it. I think a massive advantage that Rockstar has with the GTA games is that not many games are like the GTA games. Most competitors have been lost to time and haven't stood up well at all. There was this one game that my friend tried to get me on. I think it was called APG or APB Reloaded. It was kind of like GTA, but the graphics were worse. There weren't much things to do. A ton of things were locked behind levels, so you can't really do anything until you got past a certain level. GTA Online and GTA 5 is just not like that. Everything is available from the start. Sure, maybe you have to shell out some money, especially now with GTA Plus, but in the early days of GTA Online and even up to 2 years ago, that was not the case at all. There are just not much games with the pairings that GTA 5 has. It is a good open world game. The map is pretty good and in-depth. Some parts of the map could use some work, but overall it has character and story to every part of the map. The cars are good, the sounds could be a little bit better, but the handling's cool, and some people would say GTA 4 was kind of the peak of that, and GTA 5 kind of dropped off in terms of car physics. But I think both are good in their own ways and have their own benefits. And if you have a game like that, maybe like Forza, then there's always a drawback. You can't get out the car. I think in the Crew also, you cannot get out the car. There are just not much games where you could drive cars well, they handle well, and there's good diversity, and they look relatively like the real life counterpart. They can't use actual badges because they would have to pay for licenses, and Rockstar is not trying to do that. And GTA has always been a parody of the real world anyways, so it wouldn't make sense for them to do that. And they will stick to that in GTA 6, as we saw by the trailer. And Rockstar has always done a good job in combining all of these things into making a truly great open world game. I'm not even glazing, like this is 100% factual, truly great open world games, and their sales show that. Another reason I think GTA has always done so well is that it allows you to do things in the game that you obviously cannot do in real life. In real life, you cannot shoot a bunch of people, get away from the cops, and then go deliver a pizza all within 1 minute. I mean, you probably could, but you'd end up in jail, and unless you're Usain Bolt, I don't know how you could do all of that in the span of a minute. You cannot drive cars and break the law like you can in GTA 5, and other games you could do this as well. Once again, Forza, you could speed, you can't run from the cops, but there's no other game really where you could do all that and really experience real life as it is. Once again, GTA games have always been a parody of the real world, so it's not exactly like real life, but it pokes fun at everything. It exaggerates certain weak points in life, and it just makes them fun, and it makes it an enjoyable experience. And maybe you're just having a bad day, maybe, you know, work wasn't well, or anything. You go in GTA, you could run people over at the beach, you could jump out a plane and then hit the ground, die, respawn. In real life, you cannot do that, and it really lets you kind of it's like a movie. It gives you an alternate reality, something you can escape to, and a lot of people use it for that, and a lot of people enjoy it for that, me included. And also, something I really want to highlight is that, generally speaking, Rockstar takes their sweet time with GTA games. They never ever rush to release them, and they are not afraid to delay a release. A lot of developers today are afraid to delay releases because they are scared that the investors will start to get a little bit and then maybe the stock drops, whatever, and then maybe the players, maybe they're like, oh, you know, now we have to wait. There's a lot of valid reasons, honestly, why you wouldn't want to delay a game. But if you just care about the product, the end product, which Rockstar always has, I believe, they are always correct in delaying the game, letting it be polished and acceptable up to their standards, and I think they have always done that. And they might actually do that with GTA 6. There's talk that's getting delayed, but nothing confirmed from Rockstar yet. And in a recent earnings call, I believe, the CEO said that everything's on track still. So I don't know where that came from. Either he's lying to the investors, which I highly doubt, or this rumor is untrue, which is probably true. But so many developers today are absolutely terrified to delay a release. So they release it, it's not polished at all, and then they fix it as the game goes on, which is all right. It fixes the problems, it addresses addresses the issues, but then the overall image at launch is bad. Cyberpunk turned out to be a fantastic game once all of the issues got fixed, but how many issues were there at launch? I mean, come on. It's a big reason why I didn't buy it and still don't have it, because that image is associated with that game, and it will be unlikely that that will change. Something else we gotta give kudos to is the people that work on Rockstar Games, because they do their job and they do it very well. Let me tell you, just the world designers, the way they design the world, they match it to real life, but they also take some creative liberties here and there, and they develop every crack, every hole in the ground, every pothole, everything. They make it to a really nice standard, and the world comes out looking great. What are certain parts of the map a little bit lacking? Sure. In certain parts of the map, could you tell maybe if some more time was taken, this could have been better? Sure. But overall, the overall image and world is fantastic, and everyone behind the game really should have a round of applause. Some people may be scared that OGs like Leslie Benzies aren't around anymore. Me personally, I'm not scared at all, because the people that will take the place that these characters and these people had, I have no doubt will be absolutely fantastic as well, because the talent that Rockstar is able to find so easily and so efficiently cannot be more overstated. Like, there should be no reason why anyone is worried about the development of GTA 6 and who is behind the development, because Rockstar takes their time in finding the correct people for the job, and they are not afraid to cut people off if they are not meeting their criteria. I also think that the YouTubers behind these games need some credit, and I'm not talking about me at all. I'm talking about people like Vanoss Gaming, Expert Thief, The Professional. Without these fantastic creators, like you cannot overstate how good these people are. Like, GTA Online would not be the game that it is today without these OGs making videos on it, on the new updates. These were the people buying shark cards so they could experience the update and all it had for us, and we wouldn't have to do anything. Like, it was just the thought behind all these videos from all these people. I mean, it was amazing, because they were making a bag, they were, doing good, and they were also making great content. Whenever we were away from our consoles, because maybe we were on vacation or we got grounded, or I don't know, these guys were here making videos so we can still see what's happening in GTA Online. I remember right before I went to bed every day in elementary school, and maybe some people might be like, why are you watching these videos in elementary school? Who cares, man? I turned out fine, I think. I would go to sleep watching Vanoss, and his videos were pretty short, like 8 minutes. It didn't hurt anything, but it was just, I had to watch it before I went to sleep, and I couldn't sleep if I didn't, because he just had this pizzazz around him. And once again, I'm not even glazing. I'm sure everyone agrees with me on this point. Unfortunately, most of these guys don't make too much GTA videos anymore. I believe Expert Thief does, and The Professional makes some. I don't really think he makes too much, and Vanoss doesn't make much at all. But just these videos solidified themselves as absolute gaming legends and absolute Rockstar legends in GTA Online and GTA as a whole, because they really contributed to the product and made it that much of a better thing and a better end result. This is something I'm kind of scared of for GTA 6, because the climate now in terms of content creation, man, to say it's different is an absolute understatement. I mean, like, I don't know. I'm sure these guys will be playing GTA 6 too. I'm sure they'll be there. They'll be there right before it releases. I know it. Or they'll be there on day one. But will there be that much new people like these fantastic OGs? I don't know, honestly, because you can't do what they did because you'll just come off as copying. But you can't do anything else because they already did it. Like, it's something I'm a little bit concerned of. And maybe I don't really know if we'll ever see this kind of wave of content creation again, because it was just different back then overall. I mean, the monetizing terms were so much more lean and loose. That's where a lot of the humor came from in Vanoss, because he could cuss up and down the street and he would still get good monetization, because that's how YouTube was back then. Very little videos got demonetized unless you really broke the terms of service. Now it's very different. I mean, you drop one cuss word, and I'll tell you from personal experience, I'm not even that big of a YouTuber, and it really affects the video, unfortunately. And it's just sad, because it really makes YouTubers kind of tone down who they are as a person, and as a byproduct makes the content more toned down as well. So why are GTA games so popular? Overall, I think they are just so popular because the amount of care that goes into them, the people who make the game as good as it is, both on the YouTube side of creation and behind the scenes of the actual game, and the overall climate that these games drop in. I mean, when GTA 6 drops, it will be like it'll just be different, because that will set the tone for the whole year. And man, it'll just be different, let me tell you. Also, Rockstar's care in not being afraid to delay their games really goes to show in their products. And hopefully that they take the same amount of care in GTA 6. I would not care, honestly. I would not care if GTA 6 got delayed until 2026. I wouldn't. A lot of people would. A lot of people would, trust me. But I think in the best interest for all of us, if they needed to, I think they should. And with that being said, thank you all for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, please subscribe and leave a like. It really helps out the YouTube algorithm, shows them, tells them that people like my content, so they suggest it to more people, and thus the channel grows. We can grow it together. And if you would also like to be a channel member and get a custom license plate on one of my cars in GTA Online, all you have to do is subscribe, and it will be replaced by a button that says join, and click it for more details. And that is all. Have a great day or night or evening, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.